As always, we got Gunny Matheson, Joe Schmidt, and our special guest today.
All right.
Okay, ready?
Yeah.
All right. Episode 119, Joseph Harrison.
All right, we're back for another episode of the show. As always, we got Gunny Matheson, Joe Schmidt, Cade McCutcheon, and our special guest tonight, Joseph Harris.
Thanks, fellas.
First guy on the American Fraternity, Roping Fraternity Association to crack $1 million in earnings.
Yeah, 6-time NFR qualifier, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. We are happy to have you.
Well, I appreciate it.
Happy to have you. Yeah, it's a good story you've got, you know.
Well, that's a story anyway. I don't know if it's a good
Yeah,
it's
no.
a story.
He lived it. It was a hard story.
Parts of it.
been a long
Parts
story.
of it were tough, yeah.
Yeah.
Where did you grow up?
So I grew up in a little town, Rolfe, Oklahoma, which is about 10, 12 miles south of Ada, Oklahoma, on Highway 1 there. Yep, it's kind of it's honestly, I think in the books it's still Rolfe IT, Indian Territory, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, nothing but ranches, and there's the big feed mill there. That's about it.
And did you do the high school rodeo and all that stuff? What got you into the roping?
Well, my granddad rode bareback horses when he was a younger man and roped calves. And by the time I come along, my dad and Uncle Steve, they both roped and were pretty good. They jackpotted and kind of the amateur level of rodeo there around kind of where we live and stuff. They both roped pretty good. I think I can use in the old numbers, it went to 7 in the heading and 9 in the heeling. And I think Dad was a 5-header and Uncle Steve was a 5-heeler. So they were in the upper middle of the scale. Yes, sir.
Right.
So.
And did you do the high school rodeo and stuff?
Yes, sir. I did a couple of times my junior and senior year. And Uncle Steve thought that I needed to, so maybe I could get me a scholarship, help get a scholarship to go to college because nobody in my family had ever been. So Granddad kind of wanted me to do that just so I did it, so I did. Yes, sir.
And you went to college?
Yes, sir.
Where'd you go to college?
Mount Pleasant, Texas.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
I say, okay. I know where that is. I don't even know where that is.
It's like,
all right. Yeah, good. Hey,
northeast Texas, right over here.
Oh.
So we should probably know where that is.
Yeah. It's where Preeffert ranch equipment's made.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, don't you have a preferred walker?
I do have a preferred walker, but I didn't go pick it up.
You don't know where it came from.
Yeah. I didn't go pick it up. Yeah, so you're the first. Did you graduate? Did you get a degree?
First, no. Second, yes. I have a associates in applied sciences of some more words that I don't know of that course. Yes, for sure. But I got a little paper that says that I'm bona fide. Yeah.
And being a horse trainer and a rodeo finalist, you probably didn't use your college degree?
No, sir.
Yeah.
Considering he doesn't know what it is. Yeah, probably not.
Just, a lot of kids,
It was in ag. Some kind of ag something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm thinking
a lot of kids that want to be horse trainers.
I'm thinking the rodeo coach was a little winking and nod. Hey, this guy's we need this guy to stay eligible.
Honestly, it helped. I won the region twice. Yes, sir. It did help. Yes, sir.
It's like on the golf right now,
Boy, I hate to tell this. I'm sorry to cut you off.
Go ahead.
I got to tell this on Mr. Chad Henry, though. So, Kincaid Henry just won Fort Worth the other night in the calf roping and that. So, his daddy was my college rodeo coach, Mr. Chad Henry. He is a sweetheart of a guy, and I hope he listens to this. So, we didn't go to college. I trained horses.
Yeah.
I mean, I had outside horses. I worked the whole time I was there. But so to get me eligible, we had to do something. So for my, I don't even know what you call that, last test or whatever to make sure that he could give me the grade. Yeah. He was the ag teacher. we had to haul hay. We hauled hay for our final. Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
Wow.
We stacked it
I could've
real
got it
nice, too. Yeah.
Joe says real easy. I'd have rather taken the damn test.
I'm with you on that.
Give me a pencil and the paper.
No, I can't even spell my own name.
Yeah, but I'd have taken a run at it first. Can you break this paper before I commit to moving all that hay?
Yeah, Gunny would either flunk the test or flunk the hay hole, and then the test would have been less effort. So
Sure.
I'd have rented a skid steer to pick up the damn hay.
yeah, that's a great. It sounded a little suspect when you didn't know all the names of the degree you had. That's what was tipping me off a little.
And I got close, though. I feel like.
I think so too. So after you got your, after you passed your final there, and got your degree, how long after that was it before you went to work for Bobby Lewis?
Honestly, I had already been working for Bobby.
Okay.
Yes, sir. I started, I guess I was 16. I don't remember if I turned 16 or 17 that summer that I started working for Bobby. I think, for some reason, I think 17. And that would have been, I guess it would have been 04 or 5, something like that.
Was Bobby on his own at that point, or was he
Yes,
still?
sir.
He wasn't working for
He
Carol.
still went back and forth a little bit to Carol's on the weekends and stuff. Honestly, I didn't know where he was going, but every Sunday he would load a 7-horse trailer load and cut out. Well, wasn't my feed week, so I wanted to know where he was going. And I knew that he always took cutter babies with him. So I just saddled some and loaded them, got in the truck. When he got down there to the barn, I was in the truck. He said, I guess you're going. Yep. He said, you don't know where we're going. Nope. But I'm going. So we went to Carol's. And that's the first time that I'd ever had a lady cuss me like that. It was learning.
I think a lot of people can say that.
Yes, sir. It was awesome.
Yeah, we have that in common. Yeah.
I think she's a real nice lady. She's just having a bad day. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I'll take your word
Did she
for it.
come to the barn to cuss Bobby and you were just the guy in the way?
No,
or did she
no.
have a reason?
See, it was just, that's what I'm saying. Maybe it was my fault. Bob told me when we pulled up there, he said, okay, sugar, you treat these just like they're ours. Yes, sir. And Miss Carol handed me a Palomino mare that was real shiny and nice looking. And she tried to buck for 15 minutes. And I kept trying to talk her out of it, and I couldn't. So finally, I just went to spurring and jerking it until she stopped. And when she stopped, I had all kinds of strawberry bush stuff going on in this mare. Miss Carol was very unhappy about it. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. She screamed at me for a while. I had me by the pants leg, and here comes Bob, and he said, what's going on, you know? And so Carol was going to, no, he said, Joseph, what's going on? And Carol started talking, and I said, I don't know. You know, I'm a young boy. And he said, Carol, shut up. I'm talking to Joseph. He said, Joseph, what's going on? I said, Coach, you said to treat them like we treat them, and if they buck or do something like that, we'd be ugly to them. So that's what I was doing. He said, why are you not still doing it? Well, she's got me by the breeches leg. She's holding on to my pants. I just kind of pointed at her like, lady's got me. You know? He said, go back to work. Carol, get out of the way. You know, I thought, man, this is wild.
There's nobody else in the world that could talk to Carol like Bobby Lewis.
Oh, I know.
Right?
It's amazing.
Nobody.
But he probably earned that right because he was very successful there too for Carol.
Yeah.
I imagine some of it was earned.
Well, there's a chance that he learned how to talk to her like that from her. Be honest, that's the way it felt to me.
Like old married couple.
Ain't that the truth, huh?
Yeah.
That's probably the truth there.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
That's probably not wrong. And you were with Bobby for 10 years.
Oh, wow.
Well, my wife and I lived there solid for 10 years. Yes, sir. We moved on the place January 1st, 2010.
Now, is this up in Gainesville?
Overbrook.
Overbrook.
There, yes, sir. Campbell Road there, where his place is now. And we lived right there on the place until some kind of middle of 2019 is when we bought our own little spot over there. So, yeah, we lived there solid there on the place for right at 10 years.
Yeah. So you work from. I'm trying to get the timeline of when you started when you started hauling for titles or for the finals and stuff for the NFR.
Well, I had been working there for Bob there at the place for, I guess, 6 or 7 years there. I started in 2017, actually rodeoing. We had amateur rodeoed and jackpotted all the time, but I got a chance to row with Charlie Crawford in 2017, and I felt like it was a good opportunity. Talked to Bob about it. Yep, need to do it. So I horse showed and trained and rodeoed all at the same time.
Okay.
You don't get to sleep much, and it's a lot of work if you're going to do all of that at the same time. But it was worth it. You know, it was worth it. I was only going to rodeo the 1 year, just to prove to myself that I could make the finals. And honestly, we did good, made the finals, and did pretty good at the finals that year. And our bank account, my wife and I, it looked better than maybe it ever had. And we both kind of decided, hey,
You need to do this
keep
again.
going a little bit. And then that turned into 6 times. I went 6 times in a row, and then I finally quit. I'd had enough.
Yeah.
I don't really like the road all that good.
What did it pay? Did it pay anywhere close then to what it pays now?
So when I first started rodeoing, the rounds paid, I think the rounds paid 25 or something like that. 25 or 6. And I think last year the rounds paid 33.
Yeah. So I mean,
Yeah,
pretty good.
Pretty good, yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
What's it? We ride reining horses, and one thing we struggle with is longevity, keeping them horses going. We're schooling them, and what does it take to keep your NFR horse going all year long? What kind of horse training does it take?
Man, honestly, by the time he's your number one, say your number one mount at the rodeos and stuff, you don't practice on him that much. You don't school him that much. You do the hauling stuff, whatever keeps him sound, hauling him all the time, because it's throw him on, like over the 4th of July and stuff, for example, some of it's just terrible. Like you throw him on the trailer, Cody, Wyoming, and drive him all night and jump him off the trailer somewhere in Oregon and blast one, throw him back on the trailer and back to Mobridge or Belfouche, South Dakota. You know what I mean? Just terrible hauling them like that.
Right.
I feel bad for them.
But whenever you have time off, those horses don't require much like rebuilding. Like they're usually they stay pretty good for you.
Man, yeah, they're most of the time. By that point, they're trained. I mean, it'd just be like, see, and here, that's my ignorance. I don't really know about your guys' event that much. So, like an older reiner, say he was 8 years old, 9. Is that kind of fair?
Yeah.
Well, he's trained. So if they were putting him on the walker and kind of having him half-ass exercised and that kind of stuff, you get right on there, school him around one time, go make you a run. He'd probably be pretty good, right?
Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Same thing with them older rodeo horses. Say you got one that's 9, 10. A lot of them guys are riding teenagers.
Yeah.
So, man, they're trained. They're old, hard-knocking, tough suckers. They can take it.
Yeah. Well, and the biggest difference between the rain and in that scenario that you gave is those horses have to play at the level that all these guys play at. They have to be so spot on.
Sure.
That we school ours a lot. I mean, for ours to make it that far, they have a lot of schooling runs every year. I mean, we go to the Red Bud and school them every day for 3 or 4 days. And a lot of these horse shows, now pretty much every horse show we have has paid warm-ups, so we can go in there and have a practice run on them and school them and keep them right.
It's like we train our horses.
That's awesome. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like we train them to do what we want them to do till they're 3, 4 years old, and then we spend the rest of the time teaching them not to do that stuff. You know?
Yeah.
I understand.
But rope horse,
It's like turning 22 years old.
I don't remember, but Kate does.
Yeah.
But rope horse, they don't, like your number one horse won't get sour in the box in that year-long
You know, by
chase down there.
No, by the time he's that age and you've decided when you left home and that's what you was going to ride at Reno, you probably ain't going to have to worry about him when you get there.
Yeah.
Kind of a deal. Now, the transition of that into like what we're doing now with a
fraternity
bunch of the
horse stuff?
fraternity stuff. Yeah. Now it's, haul them down there to TB and my. So I've got to set them 4-year-olds right now. They've never been to town yet. So I'm going to haul them down there to TB and Miles's and rope with the fellas. And then I'm going to go over to Stewart Ranch and take them over there and rope and go over here and rope. So no, when the first time I show them, they wouldn't have necessarily ever been to town. But they've been hauled around and been in town more than they would have.
Yeah, and TB and Miles, Trevor Brazil and Miles Baker.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Trevor Brazil, Miles Baker. Sorry. Yeah.
Yep. No, that's
Does Miles ever tell you, like your friends, or Trevor ever tell you how scared of Tom McCutcheon he is with a rope in his hand?
Really?
No, I was
he
just
afraid?
curious if he was telling you.
I didn't know if he was saying he was going to hit him with it. Or
Yeah. Probably. He was going to be aiming for a cow, but I think they'd be ducking. Yeah.
okay. I'm gonna say one thing about that, and then I don't want to talk about any more about my roping because that's it. We've beat that horse to death. But you got any calves around your house? I need to come up. I need to sneak up and practice a little bit
We'll get some.
because I got
Whatever
not-
you need, Mr. Thomas, no
But
problem.
let's not tell anybody about it. Let's
Yeah,
just
no,
keep
it's
going.
got to be
No,
completely.
but I get to be there, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, no, man.
Yeah, it's gonna be completely under the table, but I need to sneak up and rope a few calves because I do have a roping planned with Miles and Trevor.
Wait, you keep
And
y'all
Sarah.
rope calves?
Yeah,
Do you?
He needs to work on his breakaway.
You might have Miles. Like there's a chance. The other guy is good.
I know.
The other guy.
The other guy is good.
He did that event very good. Yes.
Yeah. You know what? I'm gonna tell a story because obviously we all know how good Miles is. We took a horse down there for them to try.
He is awesome.
Miles, went down there and healed on it a few times. Miles is, man, I even hate to tell this story. It's gonna sound bad, but Miles went out there, roped on, and Miles is Miles. He looked great. I mean, he's great. And then Trevor went out and roped on that horse. To see it, like it's just special. What
Sure.
Trevor does is just, it's just all it's just like unbelievable. It's like watching Michael Jordan.
Or LeBron James.
Guy's got. Oh man, he did that, didn't he? That was Cade, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's
LeBron
that younger
James.
generation. Yeah.
TB's got 26 gold buckles, baby.
Yeah.
I mean, he's got great timing.
And how
Yeah.
many of them were for breakaway roping?
Honestly, if they'd have had that for boys, probably several.
Yeah.
Honestly, the way he's growing his hair out now, he might get by with some of that, like
yeah.
40 and up breakaway deal.
I told Tom to grow them golden locks out a little farther. It'd get him farther, but
Oh, man,
Mandy
I
keeps
forgot
chopping them off.
Forgot about
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Well, why do you think Trevor's doing it?
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
No, but I mean, like sitting there watching, I've seen him on TV,
Sure.
but to go down there and actually watch him do it, it's just special.
Well,
I mean,
you think about it from a guy like my perspective, and I'm not a young man anymore, but I used to be, and I wanted to rope with. When I was a kid, I remember thinking, man, it'd be awesome to get to rope with Trevor Brazil, Chad Masters, Charlie Crawford, those guys. Well,
Now you get to.
then I got to, you know what I mean, and some of the coolest ropings, and it's not even a really high paying roping. It's just a real prestigious roping in our area. I won the Wendy Ryan Memorial with Trevor. My favorite thing about that is it's the only time he ever won the team roping, and he's won the Buston, he's won the Keffer, he's won everything at it. He's only won the team roping there one time with
Yeah.
me. Well, that's cool
that's
for
super
me.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
of course it is.
Because not only was he, when I first got started rodeoing and stuff, he was always a cool dude. Like
Yeah.
if you had questions, he'd answer them, and if he felt like you were making wrong decisions or bad horse trade or any of that kind of stuff at the rodeo, he would pitch in. He would help you. Hey man, what are you thinking? Well, why are you doing that? Well, the other guys, they weren't trying to help you. Most of the guys, they would just assume you didn't get a spot.
Right.
That's another spot they could have got.
Right.
Which obviously I he was heading and roping calves and stuff, and I'm heeling, so we're two different ends. But I got a chance to rope with him quite a lot and learned a lot from him. You
Yeah.
know, he's a great competitor.
Yeah. And then all that said, you're still the first guy to win $1 million.
Well,
You know,
I had a tiny bit of a head start on him, but I don't really want to talk about it. But I did have a tiny bit of a head start on him. Yeah.
And that, I mean, from the sounds of it, 10 years from now, we're going to be talking about somebody that's won 10 million doing that. It sounds like.
You know, there's an actual chance of that, you know, honestly. But my goal when we got started there, when it turned into when we first got started, you know, we were just having the one event at Fort Worth a year during the snaffle bit, and then we'd have 2 or 3 other events during the year. And I can remember how easy, not trying to be smart or nothing, but it was simple when we first got started having them. It was pretty simple. As long as you did your job, had your colts trained, just go catch on them, you had a chance to win. It's gotten so much tougher than that now. All the guys are, you know, you got a bunch of guys coming in doing great. Jeremy Bueller, you know, to name the one on my mind all the time now because of how good a job he's doing.
yeah.
But then you got Trevor and Miles are a threat every time you pull up. You
Right.
know, Billy Jack Sabins, Colin Vaughn. I mean, the list goes on and on now. And used to, none of those guys were there. Sounds terrible to say it like that, but it's the way it is. I was a big fish in a small pond. Now, all them guys are there every time. So it's
well,
sure hard
And
to
from the
win.
sounds of it, talking to Sarah last week, they're kind of figuring out how you need to be judged in order to be successful. So people are figuring out how to train their horse, how to show it, how to present it,
100%.
how to go at it, you know.
100%.
Well, and I grew up around a lot of rope horse guys, and there's a big difference between a guy that can rope and a guy that can train a rope horse.
Yes, sir.
You know, and that's the thing that makes for me makes you guys stand out.
Well, when I was a kid, everybody, you know, the general consensus of it is you can either train horses or you can be a roper, but you can't do both. The guys that train horses don't rope good enough because they're always so worried about the horse.
Right.
Well, I wanted to do both. Well, I mean, not jerking my own chain or anything like that, but everything I rode at the NFR, I trained.
Right.
That's cool.
You know what I mean? Like I was proud of that, you know, obviously, but I'm not saying I wouldn't get on one somebody else trained if I thought there was a better chance. When you're rodeoing and that kind of stuff, you have to be not a lot of pride, you know. If he's a better chance for you and your partner, you got another guy to think about and that kind of stuff. So, but being able to say that every one of them that I rode at the finals that I trained myself, you know, Miles started one of them, the Bay, that I call Capone. I rode him some in 2020 here at Arlington, and I rode him the next year at Vegas. And Miles started that one. Him and Daisy owned that one. Yes, sir.
Yeah. So that's one thing I've noticed about Miles. You know, we've done a lot of horse training with Trevor and Miles, and Miles is
Because he
knows.
a roper, he's a rope horse trainer. Tom McCutcheon. Rope horse trainer right there. Extraordinary.
it's repurposed reining horses.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
That's right.
That's right. That's right.
And Miles knows. I mean, Miles is a horseman.
Yes,
I mean,
sir.
He knows what he's looking for. He knows
sir.
the feel he's looking for. I mean, I feel like Miles and Trevor always come together.
Sure.
But Miles rides them, and Miles knows what he's looking for.
Yes, sir. 100%.
And you know, watching you and I have done some horse trading. It's the same thing. You get on them, and you know that feel you want. You know, and I just think it's kind of like the roping. What the roping used to be, it was like I grew up playing hockey. Well, the fat kid always played goalie. You know,
Sure.
because
Bigger space. You know?
yeah, the guy that wasn't maybe wanted to be a horse trainer was a roper or a bulldogger or went down that road.
Sure.
Well, because there was no money, unless you were just trying to be fast, There was no money for anybody to win.
Sure.
So I think it's so great for the entire industry. It's great for us that you guys have those fraternities.
Well, just like that, we're talking about, and you guys are a predominant family in reining. Won a ton, raised a ton of nice horses, trained a ton of nice horses. Just 2024, Trevor and I, he wins the 4-year-old and the 5-6 on the same one, Gunner Special Night.
Yeah.
I win the 4-year-old and the 5-6 on a 4-year-old, obviously, Gunner Special Night.
Yeah.
Well, that was cool.
Yeah.
You know, even for me, and all I was one little tiny part of as a pilot, and I trained it, but we haven't ever had anything like that in our deal before.
It's also super cool for me. You know,
Well,
I mean,
cool,
it's
yeah,
fun
awesome.
to watch.
Because it's
I
out
mean,
of your control. I mean, it's out of your control what they do with them.
Yeah.
To have them go be successful, probably pretty cool to watch.
Yeah. I mean, I love having you guys have them. I mean, that's because it's obviously that's the best shot, but
Be a little cheaper.
They do have a Bobby Lewis trading tendency.
Yeah.
Like you know that you go there with a certain budget in mind all the time, and they always stretch that thing a little bit, don't they?
Well, dude, I hate to
feed's
tell.
getting
I
more
hate to tell
expensive.
on Miss Mandy, but she did. She all but Bob Lewis to me a minute ago while we were over here. I said, well, I just ridden the one, you know, and trotted him around a little, stopped him maybe one time and got off. I didn't want to act like I liked him, you know. So, well, Miss Mandy, what do you think? What do you want for the? Well, why don't you just ride this other one, sweetheart, and then maybe then we'll talk about the money, you know. And when we get done with that one, she could tell it wasn't really on that one, but I liked the first one, you know. And we get in there in the office, and I said, well, what are you thinking, man? Well, we'll just go down to the house, and we'll have a little supper. And we'll come back, you know, we'll talk about it.
What do you want to drink?
I loved it.
We'll talk about that later. We'll get you a cocktail first.
I want to get her something for her birthday. I loved it.
yeah, she does a lot of business on alcohol. That's for sure. I mean, that's actually how we ended up started dating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mandy was drunker in the
Yeah, I was going to say.
You have to give her a lot.
Did you have to give her a lot? She administered herself. Oh, there he is.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah. Kate always loves those stories.
I got no problem.
He knows
What was
he
it like
originated
working for
something.
Bobby for 10 years?
It was a lot of knowledge. Yes, sir. He's him and Brad Lund always say this when anybody's talking about guys that work. Bob Lewis and Brad Lund, the two workingest people I've ever been around. Never been around another guy outside of those two guys that are willing. They don't just work like that because they feel like they need to make ends meet. They work like that because they want to. They want to do themselves physical harm and work all day long every day. When I was a kid, probably, well, I just had to have been 16 or 17. I don't remember when I first started there, but, you know, we're talking about 20 years ago, a little more. So, boy, I wouldn't dare say his age on this thing right here because he'd have my skin for it, but he was some kind of 55-ish, something like that. Our feed week, if it was your turn to feed grain, started at 5:30. He would ride up on you in the dark, already be on one, check on you, see if you need anything. And then he'd ride off in the dark and go to riding it. Well, during the middle of the day in the summer when it was bad hot, we'd take off 3 hours lunch, go in there, lay up in there for a little while, have a nap. Bob would turn the fans on in the stud barn up there on the hill and shoe the whole time that we laid up. Well, I got to feeling like, you know what, I'm 17 years old and this man is, I'll at least catch him for him and hold him. You know what, piss on that. So I did that for about a week. And by the end of that week, y'all, I'm telling you, we get Sunday off, and you needed Sunday off so you could sleep all day long on Sunday. You were so tired. Well, he just done it for so long.
That's just his routine.
He could do it, man. You'd leave there for get done, come back, ride several, go to putting stuff up and everything around there, and be done at 9 o'clock at night. Just starting to get dark. Run down to the store to get you something to eat. You couldn't see him because it was too dark, but you could hear him loping one out there on that track. He's still riding. It was amazing.
And that old school, he's one of the very few guys, even back then, that he could castrate one, he could stitch one up, he could shoe one, he could anything that needed to be done with a horse, he could do it. Right?
Oh, everything.
I mean, that's the stories I've heard. Yeah. No,
Pretty good work.
Yeah, it's all the stories I've heard about him. Is anything like he knows everything from A to Z about taking care of one, training one, the whole 9 yards.
He's the first guy I ever seen one wouldn't sweat feeding him beer, and stuff like that. And I mean, he knew all the tricks of the trade and how to get them. One of the best sale barn guys I've ever been around.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. I mean, that's what's. I mean, that guy. We'd love to have him on sometime, and probably won't ever be able to do it. But he's not. That's not really his thing. But he knows every part of it.
Yes, sir.
I mean, he's showed reiners, he showed ropers, he showed cutters, he's went to the sale barn, he's put up with Carol. I mean, yeah, he can.
I think I would have put that first on that.
Yeah. I mean, and I can't even imagine because I mean, Carol in her own right has done a ton in the industry.
Sure.
I mean, like she, probably accomplished as much as any female in the industry as far as winning world championships and all the rest of it. So, I mean, those two had it going on. I mean, I remember in those days, every year, I don't know how many world champions they had.
Sure.
Every single year.
There's an old saddle around there that we rode all the time is ML Letty's, and it had one of them silver plates on the cantle that had Reprise Bar's name on it.
Yeah.
And Bob won a super horse on him at the World Show and all that or whatever. But I always thought that it was really cool. I wanted something like that, for a horse that Bobby really liked that horse and he won a ton on it. Well, I always thought, man, one of these days I hope I get something like that, a saddle to remember a horse that I really like by, So that kind of stuff. His place is where I learned the line share of it. When I got there to Bob's, I already caught the steers pretty good. I roped decent. But we just kind of roped on them when I was a kid until they got it. Just repetition until he did it. Well, Bob was the first place that I got to be to where, and I got to be around Robbie Schroeder a lot because of Bobby. Bobby and Robbie were big buddies,
Right.
And those two guys, I'd get to watch them train and watch them put stuff on those horses. And Rob would be riding one of his Western Pleasure colts or one of his Rainer colts and decide, oh man, that would work really good on this calf horse.
Right.
Just tie it up, go get the calf horse, get on it and go to doing it to it. And here in a minute, you'd be like, holy smokes, that looks pretty good,
Yeah.
But they just weren't scared to just do it, get it on.
So I was told that Robbie, back in the day, would get a lot of the guys that were going down the road would send their horses to Robbie to kind of get them put back together.
In the calf roping and stuff, he was really good on a calf horse.
Well, it'd be cool to pick his brain here today, huh?
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
He was one of my favorite dudes, man. When I was a kid, all the guys, not all of them. Like I name a couple guys off each time when we get talking about it. Brad Lund was always super good for me when I was a young boy going to the shows and stuff with Bob. Clay Logan was always really good for me. But Robbie was a different kind of good. Robbie was one of them guys that he didn't just want to see you win. You know what I mean? He wanted to be a part of you going to win.
Right.
You know what I mean? So the other guys would help, and they would say stuff that would help and stuff like that. And Robbie would give you his truck
Right.
if he thought that would make you get on down there to this next place where you could win. I mean, he was a great dude.
Yeah, no, for sure. And he was a good, I mean, he got a lot of problem horses, even in the reining horse business.
Sure.
There's a lot of people send their rank studs to Robbie, and he was good, and he had success in the reiners too. I don't know. Did he show the pleasure horses some of that? I don't know. I can't remember.
Some they had the
Blazing hot.
Blazing Hot. There we go. He could just do everything, man.
Yeah.
He could do everything. He'd whoop your ass in the parking lot too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know what I
yeah,
mean?
he would.
Everything. He could do it all.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a lot of those stories that I remember.
I didn't even know. Of course, I'm a kid, and we're at Tulsa at the horse show, and I don't know nothing, man. But and still today, like I don't know if you'd call them inmates, but dudes from the jail, they come out and clean the trash and stuff in the barns at Tulsa. Still today, as far as I know.
Yeah.
Well, then there was more of them, and it was a little looser cannon kind of a joint. Well, I'm taking some horses back to the stalls one time, and I don't even realize that Rob Schroeder's right behind me. And one of the guys in orange said something stupid to me. I didn't even understand him, so I didn't even know what he said. But Robbie did. And he chases dude down the hall, just turned his horse completely loose. I almost missed it all because I was catching Rob's horse. He chases the dude down the hall and around the corner of the stalls and catches up to him and knocks him down and crawls up on him and is just fixing to give him the smoke, you know. And I hear Bob over the whole deal hollering, "No!" That's the only, I mean, and I'm watching Robbie and I could hear Bob and Rob's like, but he don't do it. I'm like, man, that's like almost like telling a border
Little
collie
dog.
to lie down.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So he didn't hit him, stood the guy up, tells him, "Hey, you're lucky. You better thank that dude," you know, and turned him loose or whatever. And I don't know shit. I just went to the stalls. You know?
Yeah.
We get out there to the deal, and Bob just goes to chewing his butt. You know, and I'm thinking, hey, Bob's about to stop.
Bobby, look who you're talking to.
Yeah.
You're
And
talking
this
to a
dude
bear right now.
This dude just chased an inmate down and was going to pummel him. And I'm thinking, holy smokes, why is he talking to this guy like that? And Robbie, he's just standing there
Yeah.
taking it. You know, I thought, man, that's just awesome.
Well, one, the respect for Bobby.
Sure, yeah,
But
100% of it,
two, I don't know that you'd want to step into Bobby real hard either.
Yeah.
Oh, he'd be a handful.
Yeah, he'd be a handful. Still.
He's made like a brick.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that'd be a handful. No, that was, and you know what? I've heard 100 stories just like that of Robbie, and I was around Robbie a lot.
Sure.
Never known him to be anything other than just the nicest guy. Like I
sweetheart
never
of a
saw it
dude.
in person. I never saw it,
Sweetheart of a dude, yeah.
but I know it was real because I've heard a lot of the stories.
Oh,
but
man.
yeah, he was never anything but fantastic with me.
I learned a lot from them two guys about a horse. Yep.
Yeah.
Is good knowledge as a young man.
Yeah, imagine that show horse world that Bobby showed you, like, really resonated with your fraternity horses now.
Sure.
Like, because this rope and fraternity deal is still pretty new. I mean,
Well, so the first one we ever had that was kind of worth a spit, so to speak, was Fort Worth the very first year, 2017.
when the cow horse moved from Reno to Fort Worth, right? No, it was during the World's Greatest. I'm
Well,
sorry.
no, it was during the snaffle bit,
It was during the snaffle.
but I
bit?
don't remember if it was right when it moved or not. But it was shortly thereafter.
I
either
think
way.
it was right there when it moved because they were worried about getting enough spectators and enough stuff
Sure.
going on.
And it could have been now. It could have
Yeah.
been. But so I was still working for Bob full fledged then, and that was one of my first horses that I had that I beat him up on pretty good. His name was Dual Patron. He was by Dual Spark and out of a mare named Look at Her Glow. We all called her Betty. It was her barn name, but she Look at Her Glow. She's by CDO Cody and out of Leo's Night Glow. Anyway, those were a string of horses that helped me get where I was going. So you had several of them. You had Spider-Man, which is CSR Dual Glow that Marshall Weir owns now. That the horse that Cade Rice won the fraternity on twice, he's by CSR Dual Glow. Then you had, Spider-Man, Patron, J-Lo, Sally. So that's a cool story. Dual Patron and J-Lo's Glow were embryo babies, 4 years old, full siblings. And Bobby wins the heading at the World Show when that mare was 4, when they were 4. He wins the heading, junior heading on the mare, and I win the junior heeling on the stud. And he raced the whole line
Yep.
of
That's
horse.
cool.
That's a pretty good day for Bob Lewis quarter horses, I thought.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Bobby's one of those guys that he doesn't have to work anymore, I'm sure. I mean, he's made more money over the years,
I'm sure
and
you can't find it. It's probably in
Yeah.
mason jars in the yard.
Yeah, yeah, and everything I know, yeah, and he didn't give any of it away. Nobody else has got it, that's for sure.
No.
You know, the vets don't have
You
it.
have
The
traded
shooters,
with him, haven't
yeah,
Yeah, I got you.
nobody else has got it.
If somebody finds me on this place with a metal detector, please don't shoot me. I'm just trying to help Bobby find it.
Oh, he knows where it is. I promise you. They're in 10 cents where he doesn't know where it is.
Probably in an old crooked tree somewhere, knowing him.
Yeah, that's that's great stories. When I think of, it's funny when you talk about Robbie being tough and stuff. That's the thing in the rodeo game. Ropers are, I mean, that's the group I would least probably, maybe bulldoggers, but ropers for sure. Just stay away from the ropers. You don't want to get in a bar fight. The bull riders are too little. They may be crazy,
Yeah, but
but they're little.
I don't know about him anymore. They look pretty.
what was that on the replacements? The kicker, Nigel? He said, "We're wiry." And bull riders are wiry.
Yeah, but they're little. They're too little. But the bulldoggers, maybe the bulldoggers. There's some big bulldoggers.
Yeah, the funny part about the bulldoggers is they're the sweetest dudes of the whole deal.
Yeah.
They're all up there high-fiving and cheering and clapping for each other in the deal. And the calf ropers are the worst as far as for their fellow competitors and that kind of stuff. In the roping end of it, we're next. It's, the timed event end of it, we're probably next, honestly, as far as for the worst for each other. It's just terrible. But the bulldoggers are amazing. Yeah, they're all up there clapping and having a good time, and they're drinking each other's beer and offering you one of his beers. They're just awesome dudes, yeah. Ma'am,
That's where they lost Tom. You can't share any drink or beer or anything.
I'm drinking his drink right now.
Yeah, no, but not. I wouldn't take a drink out of your glass though. I think he just meant they're just sharing each other's.
Yeah,
full
you just
beer.
get one out of your cooler and give it to this guy.
Yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I mean? Nobody cares. Everybody's good. It's just a good time.
What was your favorite part about going to the NFR? Like the first couple times. What's something that sticks in your head of like, man, that was cool. I'm glad. Other than obviously competing,
Sure.
but like of the.
Man, just the whole town, they treat you like royalty while you're there. You know, I'm a half broke Southern Okie. You know what I mean? I don't have no money at that point. I don't have any now, but I don't have any at that point. And the guys down low under the casino, the casino lobby there at the hotel, we stayed at the Cosmopolitan the first year, and then my wife and I wound up staying there nearly every year because she liked it. I liked it. It's good. But those guys down there calling me Mr. Harrison. And nobody ever called me Mr. Harrison. Most of the time it was Rob and Bob, and it was, hey, dummy, go over there.
That's what my name is.
Yeah.
Yeah, dumbass.
Yeah. So that part of it was great. You know what I mean? Everybody just treats you like you're a king while you're in town. You got the back number and all the stuff. The feeling of it Well, first time you rode down there through the Gateway of Champions on the one that you felt like you were going to be the winner on, is that feeling.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You head down the tunnel in there to get to break the steers in, first time you've ever been in there, and it's like, holy shit, man, this is cool. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Just
Yeah, the
looking
first
around.
time he
Yeah.
rode through that gateway on the winner, he didn't think he was going to win it on him, but I did.
No, that is true.
I did.
But I also think that's why I won.
Sure.
Because I wasn't standing there going, I need to go win.
Yeah,
I'm just going to enjoy this and see what happens.
that a boy.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, if that was me, I'd have wore my number the whole time. At the hotel, casino, I'd never taken my number off.
So my first and second year, I think, rodeoing, TB was still rodeoing, and he still made them in the Kef Open and the Bustin, obviously, but he still made them in the Kef Open, so he was out there at Vegas with us my first 2 years. And I don't remember, I didn't wear a shirt. I wore just a regular shirt like this instead of my sponsor shirt to the meeting. Well, I didn't realize we're taking pictures and all that stuff. And TB got me right there in front of everybody, rookied me right there in front of everybody in the deal. And I took my picture in just a plain shirt. So every night on the Scantron up top, everybody with all their sponsors and all their stuff on, and here I am in my plain shirt every night. But for
That's
me,
cool.
he was one of them guys that he would make you feel this tall every once in a while when he felt like he needed it. But then every once in a while, man, he'd raise you up there and make you bang your chest with what he said, So he was good that way.
Yeah, he told us that, and I don't know if it was on the show or after. I don't know if it was on or after or before. I don't know when it was, but he told us when he went out there, they put him up. I think it was was it the MGM? I think it was the
can't remember, but
MGM. They put him in
the
like a
penthouse
2-story suite and
He was the MGM man for a long time.
And
Yeah,
he put him in the
that's what it was.
MGM. He had a butler
Had a-
that, kids went there. Well, what do you kids want? What do y'all need? PlayStation. They have a new PlayStation.
Yes, sir.
It's almost like if he asked for a.
Yeah, but he did it a tick different than most of us get to. You know what I mean?
yeah, for sure.
Obviously.
Yeah,
Rightfully so. He was the man.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Did you get any, what kind of perks did you get on their 4th, 5th, 6th year compared to your first couple of years?
Sponsors got better, better pay from the sponsors and some of that kind of stuff. Yeah. And, man, the more you do something, the more knowledge you have about it, the easier it is to get around and that kind of stuff. So by the 3rd, 4th year, not only was the sponsors a little better and that kind of stuff, but everything was smoother, easier. I knew where everything was at,
Right.
so it was just better.
And how many years out of going that route are you? You're a couple years past going?
22 was the last time I went to the finals. Yes, sir.
Just too much down the road, too much. Don't have it.
Man,
going
it
back.
sucks. It really does. You just have to be gone so much. And obviously you can do it like the first 3 times that I won the fraternity down here. I was still rodeoing. So I'm gone rodeoing, and those guys are all home riding their fraternity colts and that and taking them around and showing them. And mine are just in the stall getting fat. I didn't have anybody that worked for me then unless they were helping me drive out on the road. So Jody, my wife, she'd be getting them out and lunging them. And if they were gentle enough, she would kind of ease them around and try to keep them legged up a tiny bit. But that was it, and we're gone there about 3 months in the summer there. So I'd be getting home worrying about it because I would rather do that than I had make the NFR. So
do you watch the NFR now when it's on?
yes, sir.
Yeah, you get it. No cravings at all.
This last year was the first time that it kind of bothered me a little.
Yeah.
Like the rounds got better and, that kind of stuff. And I've got a really good horse right now too. he makes you want to go a little bit. Yeah.
If you could just go straight there without having to do any of what it takes to get there.
If you could make the NFR in Oklahoma and Texas and Kansas, I mean, man, I'd like to go every time. But I'll tell you this, the 2022, I had 2 pickups. And I don't know how many miles I went in my partner's pickup. But just in my 2 pickups, I put almost 89,000 miles between my 2 pickups. And in 2023, I wasn't rodeoing, and I put 41,000 miles on my 2 pickups.
Yeah.
That's the difference.
Yeah. That's just, yeah.
Well, and you're making a great living now too, training your horses at home and doing the rope horse fraternities, right? I mean, you go far less horse shows, but still have an opportunity. You won $1 million riding fraternity horses, so
Sure.
There's tons of opportunity there also.
Oh, for sure, yeah. And when you go to talking about the opportunity 5-6 years ago, wasn't near like it is now. You know, when Ren Richard, Chad Richard, Reggie Probst, and all the guys that I'm not even sure how many guys are involved now. They'd have to send out a pamphlet. I mean, there's a bunch of guys getting in and coming with some money and ideas and that stuff. So it's just growing. Our deal's just growing. But the Old West fraternity part of it is getting to be huge, you know, where now we have the deal where those horses are eligible if they went through the sale. As 4-year-olds, they're eligible if they win the 4-year-old outright by themselves. That's $1 million bonus.
It's crazy.
That's just crazy. You know what I mean? That's awesome. Good, you know, thank goodness for those guys. Well, as it were, I've got 2 of them. One of them's Gunner Special Night that I bought from Mr. Tom. And he's sweet, too, I want to point out.
Did he
He's
tell
awesome.
you to talk about his stud on this show before the show started?
No, but we're at his house. You know, I'm
I just, for the
drinking my
audience, I just
booze.
want,
I'm drinking his booze. We're at his
I
house.
just want the audience to know that this
Yeah.
isn't scripted in any way.
Yeah.
I mean, whatsoever. 'Cause
No,
What mare is that one out of that you're talking about? It's a good one.
it's out of a Shine Online mare.
You didn't buy that from Mr. Tom. You bought that from Mr. K.
Ah, now he's Mr. Cade. I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
That's not a blondie gun.
Oh, I'll be dang.
Yeah. Gunny trained the mother.
Yeah.
And the
You
father.
got skin in the game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah. Gunny made Shine Online famous.
Oh, yeah.
But anyway, there's
Shine
some,
online make Gunny.
Yeah, maybe.
you
Maybe. I'm betting Gunny made Shine Online.
Yeah.
I
I
bet.
am too.
I bet that's a road that a lot of people would have turned around with the other way on.
Yeah.
And I went full throttle, baby. Well, that Dakota Kirkenschlager won a 4-year-old fraternity on a Shine Online the first year they had it there.
yeah. She was
The bay
a
mare.
real bay mare. Yeah,
Yeah.
belonged to Lorenzo Armino.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I sold
I was
it to him.
helping him.
Yeah. I
Yep.
sold it to him.
I was heading for him at Fort Worth that
Boy,
year. He
am I
won
stupid too.
second
Sold
or
it
third
real
on that
cheap.
mare that year.
Can you, well, 2 things. One, the fraternities, they scratch that itch. I mean, that's full time, that's full going, and
Sure.
it is, you're still doing what you do.
Sure.
But there's still got to be something about Thomas and Mac.
Well, honestly, to stay sharp with my rope and my hand-eye and just the scenarios of the game, I go jackpot and to the circuit rodeos and messing around. And like this last year, just a little bit of messing around that we did. I got in Fort Worth and San Antonio and some of the big winter rodeos. Bubba Buckaloo and I, as my partner, I think we win 55 or 6,000 last year during the regular season of the PRCA. Not nowhere near enough to make the finals.
What does it
But-
take to make the finals?
Last year was 111.
So you got to do double that.
Yes, sir. Well, and honestly, we just got along good. We were just messing around. I bet we didn't go to. There ain't no way we went to 35 rodeos, maybe 40, maybe. But the good part about it for me is keeping them horses around good enough to win on at the good ropings and stuff like that, like the Bob Feist Invitational, the BFI. This last year, I actually rode one of my customers' horses, a stud that I fraternity'd last 3 years, new one-time blues. And Buck and I won second at the BFI this last year, and we both won the horse of the roping. So that was really cool.
Yeah, that's a big deal.
That
The
was
BFI
really-
roping is a big, big deal.
Yes, sir. Yeah, it's an awesome roping, and I've won the horse there a couple times now, but to win it on that young stud, that was
Yeah.
very good.
Yeah. And some of those roping studs are breeding a ton of mares too, huh?
Well, honestly, why wouldn't they? You
Yeah,
know, they're
for sure.
They're by studs that had won a ton and produced a ton, and then
But I don't think that's a business that was there 10 years ago,
No.
really, is it? You know?
well, I'm not saying it wasn't there, but it wasn't there in near the capacity that
Right.
it is
It's
today.
definitely evolving.
Yes, sir. 100%. 100%. Well, why would you breed your in I don't know what you would call that retrospect. Why would you breed your mare to Kilo, Pride and Joy, when you could breed it to Stevie Ray Vaughan
Yeah.
himself?
Yeah.
Well, I tell you why.
Because Stevie Ray Vaughan's
'Cause I-
10 grand, 20 grand to breed too.
Well, and two, because I like that horse.
Yeah.
You know, I said that if we're talking about him, I like him. Big, strong, pretty, made right. He can run, drags his butt,
Yeah.
does everything I like.
And that's what you do.
Sure.
I mean, and I think there's probably more as far as competitors. There's probably more competitors in the roping industry than in anything else right now. Maybe barrel horses. I don't know,
Barrel horses would probably be comparable.
Yeah,
but
Roping's got to be by far the biggest.
but probably 20 times more than the reiners or the cutters, or as far as actual people that go and compete in it.
I would love to get the World Series of Team Roping's actual data on how many members that they sell a card to a year. It would blow your socks off.
Yeah.
How many? Like a lot.
I bet the number's over 100,000.
It would have to be.
I bet it's
There's
over,
ropers everywhere.
I bet it's
It would
over
have to
100,000 because there's 15 or 16,000 active reiners, and I think our business is 10 times smaller than the roping.
Yeah.
I think there's probably close to 200,000.
It's huge.
Yeah.
But they've got you guys tried to have a level for everybody.
Yes.
The Team Roping actually done it.
Yeah.
Like they've got a level for
You have
every
more
single
levels than we do.
stage
Yeah.
that you can have.
Yeah.
Well, just going to have a lot of players, you know, obviously, and so it's awesome.
When everybody feels like they have a shot at winning and they have a shot at winning serious money, you're going to have a lot of players.
Well, just like Miles said in one of the podcasts that he was on, and you know, yeah, I know it's awesome. You go out there to the World Series finale for the Open. Open paid $50,000 this year. It's a good roping. It's a good roping. Fees $2,000 a man. Roping paid $50,000. Awesome roping. I think the number 9 paid $210,000 a
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
That's just insane.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's just awesome.
Yeah. It's
When you
unbelievable.
Talk about how many ropers too. Like I can think when Fernando worked for us, I mean he'd go up to Ardmore every once in a while. A couple times he came back with 10, 12,000. He never touched a rope all week or whatever. He'd run up there, whatever number he was, have the right partner,
Yep.
and win 10, 12 grand. Doing because his brother, I guess
100%.
he'd get on one of his brothers and just go. Like,
Yeah.
nothing.
Sure.
And I think there's how many people are there like that just get a number
Oh,
and run up
tons.
there.
There's tons of guys that drives the mail truck.
Yeah.
He drives
Yeah.
the propane truck.
Mark,
He's the greeter at Walmart.
Brock Miller's just a builder. He's showed in the Fort Worth rodeo there.
Yeah.
You know, he's roped there. And
That's what I'm saying. I mean, they're all shapes and sizes, and then hey, if you're a weekend warrior, that you know we have a number for you.
yeah.
And just all the way down the deal there,
Yeah.
and it's just grown into. I think the last fall when James Watson's World Series of Team Roping's roping at Ardmore in the fall, I think he told me that over the weekend he had either 1,900 or 2,100 teams on the weekend.
Unbelievable. And it runs. So I watched because
That's
Trevor's
a lot of trucks parked in there at Ardmore.
That's right.
yeah.
Holy cow.
Yeah.
That's a lot of
Trevor's
trucks.
boy was showing Night Train, and so I was watching, and I logged on to this roping probably 10 minutes before he showed. They texted me when he was showing, and I logged on, and it is incredible how efficient they are. It's just bam, 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 bam.
Oh yeah.
I mean, there is no wasted time.
Well, so how many? Say this just an average reining. How many horses in an hour?
10 to 12.
10 to 12.
At one of them good deals where they're spitting them out. Well, I shouldn't say that. We were talking about an average kind of ran deal, but at one of the good deals where
But
they're
even spitting them out for us is 12 max.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, 10 men, 12
there's
men.
some of them there they run 100 in an hour.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm talking about so fast. You ain't paying attention, you missed them
Yeah.
that fast.
And if they're not paying attention, they miss their run.
You ain't wrong about that.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, turn him out. Sorry about your luck, buddy. Should have been ready.
Oh, really?
Yes, sir.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, don't wait around.
100%. Oh, well, I broke my tie down. You should have told somebody.
Yeah.
See you next week. But you know what they do? They come next week.
Yeah.
That's
for
where
sure.
a lot of the guys would be like, oh, man, piss on this deal.
Yeah.
We ain't coming back. And they're like, oh, man, you know what? I'm going to get there 30 minutes earlier
Yeah.
next week.
Yeah. You gotta pay
You know what I
attention.
mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna
That's
be
right.
ready.
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna be ready. So
100%.
you try to qualify for the American or anything?
The American.
The American Rodeo that pays $1 million.
Didn't he win the American? Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, I gotta tell you, hey,
We do our research on this show. That is 100% prepared.
that never.
prepared.
I want to say. I want to say that never showed up in Google today.
Hey, that's why you got to use Chat
I mean-
GPT.
There is another guy with your name that was a poet that died a long time ago. I can tell you
And
that.
there was a football player, middle linebacker for the Steelers, but you all look different.
Didn't win the American, though, did he?
No, he didn't. No.
Yeah, Chat GPT told me you won the American. I saw that.
Right on.
Yeah, Google let me down.
Yes, sir.
Thank-
One time, yeah. I
Thank
won it
you
with
for
Abraham.
waiting it out and letting him just, soak in that question for
Oh
a minute.
yeah,
It makes us feel so good when Tom McCutcheon looks stupid. Okay?
yeah. No,
It
that
just
was.
does. It just
your-
does. It's a
your-
thing.
your
He
timing was
McCutcheoned
great.
himself.
Yeah, your timing was great there. It was just, yeah, cut my throat. So how much did you win? Did you split it with anybody or?
No, sir. We won it outright. Luke Brown and I. Yeah, 100,000 a man that year, which it always pays 100,000 a man.
Because he was in the top 5.
Well, then they've changed it all the time. Then it was top 10, I think, where she wins, and then you would have the 5 or 6 teams, whatever that was, for the underdogs. They called them for the $1 million bonus deal.
Right.
I've made it in there twice. On the other end of it, where I was qualified for the million.
For the million.
And both times just went awry. Buck and I, Bubba Buckaloo, my partner, we run the strongest one on there, went 4-7, missed the final 4 by 1 spot one time. And I don't even remember what happened the other time. I'm sure I sucked. But it was
Humility.
the
It's a
one
great
time,
thing.
though, that I got to be the winner. That was cool. Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Get to ride around in the back of the Polaris Ranger and wave your hat. It was sweet, yeah.
Where was it then? Was it at the Cowboys Stadium? Where was it when you won it?
Then it was at AT&T.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. And then now they have it in Globe Life across the street,
Yeah.
where
At
we
the
had the
baseball
finals.
field
Yeah,
now.
at the baseball field.
Same place they did the American Performance Horseman once.
Twice.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, twice.
You win it both times?
Nah, just once.
Yes, once.
Well, I went 2 out of 3 years, but 1 year at Globe Life, 1 year at Dickies.
My favorite was one year pulled up there, and y'all's stuff was still going on when we got there, and Lloyd Cox's parking spot. I run over his name deal, and then I took a picture of it. That was not like that.
That's funny.
yeah. I think Lloyd would be pretty cool about something like that.
Yo, yeah, no, Lloyd's awesome.
Are you you still try though now to qualify? Because you'd be
So-
eligible for the million, right?
Yes, sir. Yeah, and this year, for some reason, I think they've elevated that to 2 million.
Oh wow.
Oh, yeah, everything gets better all the time, man. It's great. But
Did you
like that.
qualify, or
Everything's
the
better all the
qualifiers
time.
haven't happened yet?
no, sir. Nope. So I think I guess that's the western region would be in Las Vegas. I think they have it at the South Point. And I think it is the endish of March. And then ours for the Central is at Tulsa. And it's supposed to be like maybe that one's like the beginning of March. And then Kentucky, Louisville is maybe the end of March. And then ours right here at Tulsa is the 1st of April. But I messed around last year and only went to the one place and missed the last one to make it in. So we ain't doing that again. We're going to start at Vegas. And if I get my spot, I'll quit going. If I don't, I'll keep going.
So you can go anywhere you want.
Go to every one of them if you want.
Okay.
Even if you're qualified, you can still go.
Gotcha.
As to my knowledge.
Right.
Right. Lead
Sounds
nobody
like he
astray.
kind of handles it similar to you. Like, it's kind of like, yeah, this is about this time, this is about this time. But
close to
I'll just
that.
go, when they say go, I'll just get in the truck.
Joe, do you tell him when to go, or does he just?
Now
just wings it?
just imagine like so I'm the business end of this deal. Now talk to my partner. You'll get nowhere. He don't know nothing.
Yeah, but your partner has an amazing name though.
Sounds like Tom
Yes, he
McCutcheon.
does.
Bubba Buckaloo.
Yes, he
I'll
does.
never
is
forget
good.
that name. I'm gonna be trying to go to bed tonight, and that's gonna be like a song in my head.
Yeah, man.
That's a great name.
For the world that don't know, his name's Tommy Steve. He don't love it, I don't think.
Yeah, who
But
would
that's
wanna be
not what
named
it-
Tommy.
Tommy
Yeah.
Steve, man.
What's he show under? What's his show name?
Bubba Buckaloo.
Yeah, there you go.
How do you get Bubba Buckaloo?
Well,
It don't matter when you got
Say
two
if I-
first
yeah,
names.
it's-
When you got two first names, you make yourself a legendary
Oh, it's
team roping
Bo.
name.
Bo, not Bubba.
no, Bubba.
Oh, Bubba.
He-
Yeah.
His last name really is Buckaloo. So that's. But everybody called him Bubba since we were kids, and just stuck. So now that's what he puts on his card, on his everything.
Kind of like Gunny.
Yeah.
That's
right.
Justin.
Yep.
That's Justin Matheson.
Justin Madison.
But the world knows him
See, I
as
didn't
Gunny.
know that.
Yeah. Oh.
I'm a big deal.
I understand. I
I'm a
understand.
big deal.
I seen the
I'm on a
Spurs.
podcast.
I seen the Spurs of years that he demolished.
Oh yeah. Well, you should see the ones that he's got now in 5 years. They'll look just like they do. They'll look brand new.
So you've known Bubba since you were kids.
We've roped together when they have an old rodeo in my state. It's called the Velma Picnic. It's in Velma, Oklahoma, and it was a big deal for a lot of years. It used to get everybody. And when Buck was 14, I was 15. We won the rodeo together. 2 head and 2 and a short, so 3 head average rodeo. And we were 29 years of age combined, and now we're the people that run it and all this stuff. We're still the youngest team to ever win it. But I'm 39 this year, so we've been roping together, I would guess you could say fairly competitively for nearly 25 years.
25 years.
That's pretty cool, though, huh? Being
really
able to rope with one of your childhood
Oh,
buddies.
yes, sir. Well, obviously the dream and the goal would have been to get to rope with him at the finals and that kind of stuff. And unfortunately, we never got it done together. You know, maybe one of these days something will go right. We'll get in, maybe win Houston, off we go. But
Yeah.
who knows?
Yeah.
So-
Did he ever make the NFR?
Yes, sir. Yep, one time in 2018.
Gotcha.
Yep.
You said you're qualified this year for Houston and for some of
No.
those big ones, or
I missed Houston by 1 spot. Yep, but I didn't get to go because I'm a pansy, and the roads were bad the other day to go to Fort Worth, so I didn't go. But I do get to go to San Antonio, and I got in everywhere except for Houston this winter.
What's qualifications for making those next tier rodeos?
Well, like Houston's top 32, I think, from 2020 2025's world standings. But then they've got a bunch of exemptions, like the 3 years prior guys that win the rodeo. Well, if they won the rodeo last year, but they're inside the top 32, so there's a spot they give up,
Right.
and it goes back on the 2025 world standings. Well, that happened all 3 times for the spots. And then there was another exemption that worked its way out the right way, and I think they wound up taking 37, and I was 38th. So I missed it by 1 spot.
So is there a way you could, if you qualify for just a few big rodeos early and do real good at them, could you get to the NFR without having to go down the road over and over and over?
No.
Yeah.
Like how much money
You can make
you
them. I
win
made
at
them the
Houston?
hard way my first time, roping with Charlie. I didn't get in anywhere. We didn't get in Fort Worth, San Antonio, Houston. Had to go to the Denver qualifier to get in Denver. So we rodeoed the hard way the first time and made the finals.
But you can't do it there's no easy way.
No.
How
Like,
much money can
go
you
win
win
the
at
big
Houston
ones
if
and-
you win it all?
Well, so it pays 65 a man to win the last steer. The 4-man, the last round is four teams, pays 65,000 a man to win the rodeo this last time.
So if you next year, hypothetically speaking, if you go to Houston and you win Houston, and then you just screw around the Texas area, you technically could get in.
You could make them, yeah.
Yeah.
Not just
65,
Texas.
that's a lot of money.
Not just Texas, probably, unless you had like a really good winner. But you wouldn't have to go nearly as much, and you could make them finals, yes.
What's the biggest rodeo that you'd go to in Texas? Is it Houston?
Yes, sir. Houston is the biggest rodeo,
Period.
period, except that counts for the PRCA.
Yeah.
The American would be the biggest.
Money event.
Yes, sir.
Did the American ever count for the PRCA?
Yes, sir, it
That's
did.
I thought it did.
The year that I won it, it did.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
But just not anymore. So
It
there
only
was
counted for 2 or 3 years.
okay.
And then not all of it counted either, only half. So, like the first round counted. Luke and I won the first round that year, paid $3,000, and then stumbled through there and won the rest of it. And I think we won 103, and 53 of it counted. Yes, sir.
Why doesn't it count now? Because only 15 people can go. Is that why they changed that, or do you know?
Yeah, I think that's a big part of it. Yes, and then 2, I think they were a little worried about same team, same calf roper, same barrel racer winning the American and Houston, and both of them counting.
Yeah, then you're just
Almost
in.
be no way, whoever that was, probably going to win the world.
Yeah.
I mean, probably.
Do you find like Houston and those rodeos, are they adding more money? Is there a limit to how much money they can add?
No, sir. Well, I shouldn't say that. I don't know that for sure. All I know is I don't know about the big rodeos and how much their actual limit is or any of that stuff. But I know for sure, like when I first started rodeoing, we would drive by rodeos out there like Tremont in Utah. I've never been to Omak, Washington. Any of that kind of stuff. The last several years, Tremont in Utah is a tour rodeo. Adds, I think when we drove by it the first time, and I asked Charlie how come we didn't stop, it added 1,500 aside at the rodeo, and I think this last year it added either 15 or 18,000 aside. A lot of them little rodeos like that out there now that used to just be little old rodeos.
Yeah.
Great.
I
So
grew
you
up
don't
in
see it you don't see Houston growing higher. You see these.
No, well,
ones.
you did see Houston growing higher. Last year was the first time that it ever paid 65. It used to pay 50.
Do all the events pay the same? Because it feels to me like, I'm not to pick one over another, but it feels to me like before Rocker Steiner, the bareback riding maybe wasn't as popular for sure as the roping and all that, and probably still isn't. But do all the events at those rodeos pay the same, or is it different based
No,
on?
they pay different based on entries and added money, and so it's supposed to be equal money. And I don't know that, but to be a whatever kind of a tier rodeo, it has to be equal money
for every event,
for every event.
equal added money.
Equal added money.
Yeah.
That's right. Well, then, so the bareback riders.
participation. kicks in.
Yes, sir. The bareback
Entry fee.
riders say they're only going to get 31 guys in the bareback riding, and we're going to get 96 teams.
Yeah.
Our fees are higher than theirs, so on and so forth. So our event's going to pay more than theirs, supposed to. But a lot of times, what we run into, or it was real bad, a long time ago. It's not as bad now, but say the rodeo would add, however much money, $25,000 to the rodeo. Well, it had $1,000 in the team roping, $1,000 in the calf roping,
Right.
$1,000 here, $10,000 to the bull riding. You know what I mean? Well, they quit a bunch of that by, if it was gonna count, like to be a PRCA rodeo or whatever, that it had to have equal money. I think and I don't know all of that either. Just part of it.
So does all your money how much does it cost to enter like Houston? How much is added in Houston in the team rope?
Ooh, I'd have to look at the book a lot.
50?
Oh, way
Ish,
more than that.
100.
Some
You
reason
just said it pays 65 to win.
Yeah, but I was wondering how much of your entry fee goes into the pot.
I'm going to bet all of it.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to bet. I would imagine all of it. I bet they don't hold nothing for
Entry fees $1,000, you think, or
$500 a man last
500
year,
a man,
I think.
Yeah. Because it's typical when we go to a horse show, 50% retainage is typical.
I see.
There's some a little bit less, but it's pretty much the norm is 50%.
I got you.
That's why I asked. So,
That's what they're going to hold out.
yeah.
I got you.
the Houston Rodeo. I grew up in Houston. That was a big deal. I mean,
To be
it seemed
honest-
like it went on for a month.
To be honest, that sucks. I mean,
Yeah.
really, like
Oh, they do
You
the
got-
same thing in roping. They just changed the lingo.
you got no cows. You have nothing. You got a couple of judges and a light bill. That's it. And
It's a little more complicated than that.
The light bill is expensive, and I'm a
dirt.
judge. The judges are too cheap. I mean, the
Sure.
judges should be paid way more. I mean, we're very qualified, very well educated. We're
No, you're a
scrutinized all-
judge.
Oh yeah.
I see why you guys win so much. I like that.
He's a judge too.
When they're being real dicks, me and Joe remind these two, hey, we are judges.
Sure.
Yeah. No, I mean there's a lot to putting on a horse show, but
Sure.
and we're happy they do it. I mean I think like Houston can recover so much money at the gate. We can't.
Concert.
We
Concert.
can't.
Yeah,
Concert
George
every
Strait,
night.
baby.
Yeah.
You
Garth
bet.
Brooks.
Yeah, we don't have that. There's no other way for the show to get that money back.
Sure.
That rodeo at Houston, when we went there, it was in the Astrodome. That place was full.
Yeah.
They were full there to watch Brooks
Yeah.
and Dunn and Garth Brooks and George Strait.
Well, we just went down and watched
Rock.
Kid Rock, and I mean that place was packed.
In the Reliance Stadium.
Yeah.
Is that where y'all went?
No, we went
No, at
AT&T.
yeah.
Oh,
No,
okay.
was that AT&T? You sure?
Oh, what?
No, it was
no.
AT&T.
Oh.
It was AT&T. The Kid Rock's rodeo was in AT&T.
Okay.
Post Malone.
Okay.
I don't have a good memory.
My mom and me say it's AT&T. It's AT&T.
I'm gonna go with that. I just go with that. Yeah. But anyway,
Let's
I
talk about
remember
some
it
more
was-
shit we can't remember.
I remember it was packed.
Sure.
And then Kid Rock did it was the Rock and Rodeo, wasn't it, or something? Well, maybe that's the name of a bar. I don't know.
No, yeah, that's right.
Did I not say that? Did I say Kid Rock's rodeo?
Oh, did he say that?
All night, right?
I don't know.
Hey, Tim. I mean, Tom. Can you remember something?
We had macaroni and cheese that night.
I dance on table. Mac and cheese.
No, the American
Yeah, same thing. Same thing.
He's danced
Where
on
are
a
we
table
now?
several places.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Oh,
It
goodness.
doesn't get easier.
Sure.
The older I get, it's harder to remember stuff. And then the pressure you feel, because if you make one little mistake, it's jump on you.
Yeah.
So you feel the pressure not to make mistakes.
And it's really unfair because if we make a mistake, you're just always so forgiving.
Sure.
And encouraging.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean,
encouraging.
he's very encouraging with his words.
You'll
Yeah.
get it right next time. Yeah.
Yeah. Like Carol was encouraging that day.
Sure. She was encouraging.
Yeah. Tom's
That if I did that again, she's going to kick my ass. Is pretty much encouraging that.
And I'm not sure I could. Yeah, I know you could hold your own, but I'm not sure she couldn't have.
I'll be honest, I didn't want to find out. She was fairly sharp with them words. I didn't want to have no knuckles.
All right. Well,
Good stuff.
That was good.
that was great.
Yeah.
Thank you. Appreciate you coming down.
Well, thanks for having me, guys.
Yeah.
been a pleasure to have
Of
you.
course. Yeah, it was fun.
Anybody that I talked to that said we were talking to Joseph Harrison tonight, they said, "Holy cow, that guy's big time. You're big time."
Real stooge.
Oh yeah, big time.
All right.
Hey, can I refill your drink real quick before?
Oh yeah, they got a horse
No,
deal.
yeah.
Yeah,
we're
you gotta,
supposed
before
to-
you do your deal.
Horse trade.
Before they do the deal,
Horse trade, lady.
we're done growing the show. So grow the show.